Shalom and welcome to Torah. This year is entitled, although I think it would be wonderful to have more yeshivas in all different worlds, put up more pictures of Gedolim they don't officially quote hold by. Not quite sure that's going to happen. There's a lot of achdus going on now and it's beautiful. But I think that level of achdus, we can appreciate other Gedolim. Not quite sure we're going to reach that level, and I'll tell you why. So in our shul, where I'm supposed to be the principal, I have over there all the different Gedolim. Sure, you walk in the hallway, all different Gedolim, yeshivas, the Tilumi, Satmar Rebbe. And I think it would be a tremendous thing for Klal Yisrael to do, to show, wow, we could really preach all different shvatim, even if this is not exactly our shevet. And our shul, the Tilumi shul, still, we see that Satmar Rebbe is a great man, even though his ideas and nurses where we do not embrace at all. So I think it's a great sign, a great message, whether it's from either world. And the shul's a Datilu Mishul, so we have Satmar Rebbe. Again, about more of a Haredi orientation, and we're going to have Rav Soloveitchik and Rav Cook. And I think it would be beautiful for more and more yeshivas to do this. And I think it should be done, but I think we have an issue here. Can we go ahead and truly recognize that they're Gedolim outside of our framework? And I think the answer is that we should be able to do that, but we don't necessarily do that because many hold this is the Das Torah, the way I hold. And that Gadol, those Gedolim, they're not really Gedolim because they don't really embrace the Das Torah that I hold by. And I understand that position. This not Satmar Rebbe just was off. Or if you're in the yeshivish world, Rav Cook, Rav Soloveitchik, they were off. And so how can I put it up? How can my students, how can my congregants see Rav Soloveitchik on the wall? He was off. So how do we deal with this question? In my opinion, what's the criteria for being off? We could disagree. But when do we say he's off? He's chutz lamachna, he's outside of the camp. When do we say that? So my criteria is the Yud Gimli Karam, the 13 principles of faith. That's creed, basic belief, and deed. Creed and deed. Creed, 13 principles of faith, and deed, you anchor it in the world of the Shulchan Aruch and the Poskim. If you have that, then we might disagree with you on this issue or that issue. But you're not chutz lamachna, you're not outside the machana, and you're part of the Torah world. So for me, I'm going to have a much more inclusive world. Why? Because chutz lamachna is someone who's rejecting the 13 principles of faith. That's what the Rambam says in his Perush Mishayis on Sanhedrin. That's what's considered off. That's when you're chutz lamachna. If you reject the 13 principles, well, you're not following the halachic life. So then you're not part of the Orthodox world. And you only want to put up on you all rabbis who are part of the Orthodox world. So my criteria is very expansive, as long as you have creed and deed. So I think there's a huge machlokas here. I think many of my holy brothers maintain that there's the right Das Torah, and if you don't have that, that's it. I cannot put you up on my wall. I cannot show respect. I can't teach my students, my followers, my kehillah to respect that because they don't have the right Das Torah. For me, it's important to respect everyone as long as they have the creed and deed. They are part of the part of the Orthodox world. And yeah, there could be differences, but as long as we have those premises that unite us. So I'm wondering if people could take a deep look in Hashkafa and the approach to seeing outside of their world. But it means expanding the definition of who is within the framework. Not that you have the same Das Torah necessarily. We have different Das Torahs, different arguments of Zionism and other things on why you, having secular studies, whatever the argument may be, but as long as you have creed and deed, that's what can unite us. It's Hashem, Klal Yisrael. I really hope people take a serious look. Otherwise, I'm nervous after the war, after all this achdus, we're still going to go back to this narrow approach. Shalom.